One day, my teacher announced to the class that we were going to play Kahoot. I literally jumped out of my seat because I was the undisputed Kahoot champion of our school. Like, I had a 47-game winning streak. I joined first, obviously. Username, QuizGod2024, because I'm not subtle about my dominance. The first 9 questions were a joke. I was crushing everyone by like 2,000 points. Ava was in second place, looking all stressed, and I'm over here practically yawning. Then came question 10. What year was the Declaration of Independence signed? Simple. I clicked 1776 and waited for my inevitable victory lap. But instead of showing the leaderboard, my phone screen started glitching. The classroom projector, which was mirroring the teacher's laptop, suddenly switched to my phone screen, and there it was, my browser history, all of it, on the smartboard, for everyone to see. How to ask your crush to prom, am I attractive, quiz, BuzzFeed, why do I sweat so much when nervous, Ava Johnson, Instagram, searched 47 times. My stomach dropped like I was free-falling from a skyscraper. This wasn't just embarrassing, this was the complete annihilation of everything I'd built. 3 years of being the confident, untouchable quiz champion, gone. In one horrifying moment, I became the most pathetic person in the room. You know that feeling when you're dreaming you're naked at school, and then you wake up grateful it wasn't real? This was that nightmare, except I couldn't wake up. Every insecurity I'd ever buried was now displayed in 72-point font for 28 classmates to screenshot and share forever. The silence stretched like torture. Ava's face went completely red, and I could see the shock in her eyes. Not disgusted shock, something deeper, more complex. Almost like she was seeing me as human for the first time instead of this cocky know-it-all who never failed at anything. There was something almost tender in her expression that made my heart race even faster. My chest felt tight, like someone was squeezing my lungs with both hands. I'd spent months perfecting this image of being effortlessly cool, never letting anyone see that I stayed up until 2 a.m. every night studying random trivia and memorizing obscure facts for these stupid games because winning was the only thing that made me feel worth something. My parents never came to my soccer games. My grades were mediocre, but I was the Kahoot king. That was my thing, my identity. And now they could see right through me to the desperate, lonely kid underneath. The worst part wasn't even the embarrassment. It was realizing how transparent I'd been all along, how obvious my crush was, how pathetic my attempts at seeming mysterious must have looked. Every casual joke I'd made near Ava's locker, every time I'd offered to help her with homework, every strategic seat choice in classes we shared, it all suddenly felt so calculated and creepy. The class erupted in laughter and someone yelled 47 times, but I barely heard them through the rushing sound in my ears. All I could focus on was how small I felt, how exposed, like standing naked in Times Square while everyone pointed and laughed. My face was burning so hot I probably looked like a tomato with anxiety. My hands were shaking as I frantically tried closing tabs, but it just made it worse. My recent Google searches kept loading, each one a fresh stab of humiliation. How to recover from social suicide. Can you transfer schools mid-semester? Why do I care so much what people think of me? Signs your crush likes you back. How to be confident without being fake. That last one hit different, because in that moment, watching my classmates laugh at my desperation, I realized how exhausting it had been pretending to be invincible. The relief was almost as overwhelming as the shame. For the first time in years, I didn't have to pretend anymore. The mask was off, and weirdly, I could finally breathe. I lost the Kahoot. I lost my dignity. But somehow, 3 weeks later, Ava asked me to prom. Turns out she thought the stalking was kind of sweet and admirable.